Diggly Dreamers, Mathers here with another episode of Moveset Monday. Today we have my favorite Pokemon, which is actually Arcanine. I love this Pokemon. I've always loved it since Gen 1. It's been my favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite Pokemon, but I've always just said like Arcanine favorite, and I'm gonna just stick with that till the day I die. This is a specially defensive set that we're gonna go over today. I like running physically offensive Arcanine as well, because I just love seeing my favorite Pokemon just kind of wreck shop with like a choice band or something. But today we're going to be talking about my actually favorite set, which is like, it's just so much better than the offensive one, is the specially defensive set. So we're going to go over the item first, because that's next in line after the Pokemon. Rocky Helmet is hands down best defensive item I've ever seen. Rocky Helmet, if holder is hit by a contact move, loses 1/6 of its max HP, which is about 16%. Really awesome item. So let me tell you a story, an example of how this works. One time I was fighting against a Chinchino, and I thought, I had a great inspiration to switch it into Joan when the Chinchino was about to attack. And of course, ability Intimidate, which means on switching, the adjacent foe's attack is lowered by 1. I got the Intimidate off on the Chinchino so that its attack was lowered, and then it went for a tail slap on me while I had the Rocky Helmet. So that means it hit me 5 times, each time doing not that much damage, but taking 1/6 of its HP every time it hit me. So that's 5/6 of its HP. Not to mention that it had Life Orb. So it was gone. All I had to do was switch in. That's the power of Rocky Helmet and Joan combined. It's just a deadly duo. That's all I'm going to say. Because what I really have to say is the moveset. The moveset is really interesting. It's got like everything you could want out of a defensive Pokemon. Everything you need on a team. It's got Will-O-Wisp to just completely stop those physical attackers. Because that will make it... okay, let me explain why that is. Joan is specially defensive, as we're going to go over when we get to the stats. Joan has the Intimidate and the Rocky Helmet. So Joan will be able to take the special hits because of the special defense investment, but with Will-O-Wisp Intimidate, it makes it a lot easier for Joan to take physical hits as well. So Joan can, once Joan gets going, Joan can really take like whatever hits she wants. And that's kind of the beauty of this Pokemon. Yeah, once you get a Will-O-Wisp, you get an Intimidate, and then they start hitting you. You got the Rocky Helmet. They're not doing anything. They're just doing more damage to themselves, which is the great thing about Rocky Helmet. I'm talking too much about the Rocky Helmet. Then we got some Stab Flamethrower, which is really nice and powerful move, as opposed to the physical Flare Blitz, where you take recoil damage. I like to run Flamethrower so that you get a nice 90 power, 100% accuracy chance to burn the target and all that stuff. No, I just said 100% accuracy chance to burn the target. It's actually 10% chance to burn the target, but it's 100% accurate move, so you're always going to hit. And you're not going to take any recoil, and it's going to do a nice amount of damage. So that's what I like. That's what I like to run, is a Stab on Joan. And I also have another offensive move in Extreme Speed, which is a fantastic move that Arcanine gets. Every once in a while, you can come in with Joan and just completely catch people off guard. Like, they might think they have a priority move that they can hit you with first and try to take you out, maybe like an Aqua Jet or something, but no, you come in with the extreme speed and you outspeed them and you take them out, and it's the best. It's amazing. No one ever sees it coming. Another option for this actually is something that Quinlan Ding likes to run, is Snarl, which lowers the foe's special attack by 1. It doesn't do much damage, and it's 95% accurate, but it does have that 100% chance to lower the target's special attack by 1, which lets Joan take those hits even better. So that's definitely an option, but I always like to run Extreme Speed because I just love catching those people off guard with the 2 times priority. Yeah, nearly always goes first. Basically, unless someone else has Extreme Speed and they're faster than you, you're going to be outspeeding. And the final move, Morning Sun. Always good to have a lot of recovery on your team, because if you don't, then you're just going to slowly whittle yourself down until you can't do much anymore. So it's always good to have recovery, especially because our Joan is a fire type and is going to be taking a lot from stealth rocks if the opponent sets those up. You're going to be taking 25% of those each time, which is really painful, but if you have Morning Sun, you can kind of make up for it. Just watch out for those rain and hail teams and sand teams, I guess. If you want to run a Sun team with this thing on it, then Morning Sun will be amazing. It'll give you like 75% of your health, I think it is, rather than just a plain 50. But any of those other weather abilities that are, if they are active while you go for Morning Sun, it'll lower the amount of HP that you get. So that's the only thing about Morning Sun. Normally there's not going to be any weather and you're just going to get a nice 50% of health, but it's good to know that you can compensate for the weather as it's happening. That's the moveset. You got status, you've got stab, you've got priority, and you've got a recovery move. All great things that you need on your team and you need on a Pokemon. So that's part of why Joan is so great. Now let's go over the stats. Obviously, you just want to max out the HP, max out the special defense, and give her a plus special defense nature. I always have trouble deciding what the negative nature is going to be. You can put it into attack if you want. You can put it into special attack. You can put it into speed. I mean, none of it is good because Joan is one of those rare Pokemon that kind of uses like every single stat that you have, because she's gonna want to take some physical hits, so you don't want to lower that defense. She does have extreme speed, so you don't want to lower that attack. She just has flamethrower, so you don't want to lower that special attack. And you obviously don't want to lower special defense, and you don't really want to lower speed, but I think out of all of them, speed is the one that Joan relies on the least, so that's why I kind of begrudgingly just go for speed. But it's up to you. You can put this little minus into whatever you want, whatever you think is best. Maybe if you put it in defense, it won't make too much of a difference, especially with Intimidate and Will-O-Wisp. It's up to you. Maybe take a little out of the special defense or out of the HP and put it into defense, and then run the minus, maybe just to make up for it. Who knows? Whatever you think is best. I also put the 4 into attack because I figure with flamethrower being stab, you already get a good amount of bonus from it. So I just figured investing in my attack would just make extreme speed that a little bit better. But you can also run it into special attack if you want to. The biggest important part is that max HP, max special defense. That's really what you need. And as long as you have that, you'll be doing okay. Gender female, of course. Joan is the name, and I'll explain the name right now. You've probably seen it but never heard it explained. It's Joan of Arcanine. You get it now? I hope everybody else enjoys it now. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode of Moveset Monday. Actually, I think I might go over a couple I was doing some calculations before I started recording just to kind of check what's going on. So you know what? I'll go through some of these right now. Look at this. This is Arcanine defensive special defense investment against a Crocodile. This is if you've got an Intimidate on this Crocodile, Earthquake will not one-shot you. That is pretty amazing. Let's see some other UU things like Blastoise. If Blastoise has max special attack, Scald has a chance to not even do 50%, which is pretty powerful. That is a super effective hit right there. And Blastoise, I know, is not the most powerful, especially offensive Pokemon, but that's a Scald from a Blastoise. That's pretty powerful. Now, if we go into Garchomps, if we go into OU a little bit here, look at that. -1 attack, 252 attack. Garchomp's Earthquake is still doing max 81%. That's crazy. Outrage is doing 48%. Fire Blast, that makes sense. That's pretty powerful. Let's see, Excadrill. Let's do that one. Max attack. Earthquake is doing max 91%. Like, look at all this crap. Like, Joan has no defense investment, and it's still taking 2-hit KO to get hit by an earthquake. And if you're in on a Excadrill, then you'll have Flamethrower, which will not completely, but do a hell of a lot of damage to it. What are some other threats up here? Let's see. What is Keldeo, perhaps? All-out attacker. Okay, Hydro Pump will definitely one-shot you. That makes sense. But Scald has a small chance too. But still taking those hits pretty well. Secret Sword. Actually, I guess this Keldeo is just powerful. But I'm not trying to devalue Joan here. Let's see. What are some other Pokemon that you could look at some calcs of? Oh, we could look at Azumarill. Let's see how much an Azumarill Aqua Jet would do. Do your choice band. Waterfall will 1 KO. Aqua Jet will only do that much. That's pretty powerful. Especially if you can take an Aqua Jet and then hit him with a Will-O-Wisp, then you're probably good. I don't know how much does isn't there should be an option for burn here. Oh wait, I bet there is. Hold on. Status healthy, status burned. Yeah, if you get the burn off on this thing, you're pretty much all set. Yeah. And look at that, extreme speed's doing a nice 20%-ish, which is pretty powerful when you consider you have like very, very little investment. Okay, I think I'm going on for a little bit too long now, so I'm just gonna close out of that. I'm gonna go back to Joan. Joan is awesome. And that's going to be it for today's episode of Moveset Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think of this set. If you run it and you have some success, if you don't have success, tell me what you think. Leave a suggestion for next Monday. Let me know. Just talk to me, please. I'm lonely. I'm so lonely. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I'll see you next time. Keep dreaming, Diglets.